good morning, or if you're listening to this later, it might be a good afternoon. But this is morning for me. I'm just doing a really 5-10 quick minute live stream here around how we start our days. And a lot of us were all raised, at least with food and nutrition, to like start your day with breakfast and don't miss and those kind of things. So I know that when you're first starting off on this intuitive eating journey, that it feels like you should eat breakfast because that's what you're told. And for, I think, some of us, I think recreating some patterns to get your body used to when to get hungry and full can be really helpful. But I also would say that a lot of us need to let all that go and just experiment with how we feel. So if you wake up and you're neutral in the morning, who says you can't wait an hour and eat? Now that's all being predicated on your willingness to actually eat when you're hungry. So a lot of people will just get up, not check in at all, and then blaze off to school, to work, whatever, and then your focus is starting to flag and starting to feel a little irritable or whatever, and that means you've waited way too long to eat, and it could be 10 or 11, and that can set you up for feeling a little bit not out of control necessarily, maybe, but mostly just feeling overly hungry and then being frustrated with maybe how much you ate, or that you ate in a certain way, or you felt like you didn't make good decisions. And a lot of that has to do with missing your more gentle hunger signals. So instead of having rigid rules of I have to eat breakfast, or totally missing all the signals together, what I'm asking is maybe before you even start your day, check in. When you lay in your bed, when you're brushing your teeth, taking a shower, check in with your body. Like what do you notice? And I'm going to ask you to notice some other signals of body awareness besides the hunger and fullness. But for right now, first check in with, do you feel hungry? And if not, like how not hungry do you feel? Do you feel like, I don't feel anything? Or it's barely hungry and I want to wait a little bit, or I'm barely hungry but I have a meeting first thing and I can't sit at my desk and eat my breakfast in an hour and a half. I won't have time. So then you make that decision. I might want to go ahead and eat now so I don't get too hungry later. Or it could be, gosh, I never feel like eating breakfast in the morning. Even if I'm a smidge hungry, I just don't feel that good yet. So prepare for that. Have plenty of food in your backpack, your office, even in your car if you need to, if that feels like a safe, non-binging place for you, and have things that you need. That way, when you do feel more ready to eat, you have something that's satisfying, that feels nourishing, that you feel happy about, or you're going to go be willing to get it. A lot of my clients, I don't like to have a lot of food around right now, even though I know I need to, but I'm happy to get up at 6 a.m. and not eat breakfast until on my way to work at 7:30, and I'll stop by somewhere to eat. I'll stop by Starbucks, I'll stop by whatever, being willing to get what we need. Hi, Lydia. Thanks for joining. So I'm talking about how we start our day. So if you know that your breakfast isn't very much, just check in with that. Like, that's not a lot of food. My old thoughts would say that should be plenty, but it's actually not. And so I need to prepare to have more available in an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours max, if your breakfast isn't very much. So this way of thinking about things is all about providing versus depriving. Okay? So the other thing I would have you do, besides checking with hunger and fullness, and besides thinking about what you have available at your office, in your car, and I want to let you all know that, I'm in my car, I have food in my car almost all the time. And I'm totally willing to stop if the food I do have isn't suiting me, and get something else. So I want you to think about that level of non-abandonment toward yourself and your needs, and that's super powerful in terms of re-parenting yourself. The other thing I want you to all check in with is, how are you feeling? So this morning, definitely I felt less blah than yesterday, but that has a lot to do with how much care I put into myself, like going to my group that I go to, and some of the things I do for self-care, using Rain Stick, that it's on my Facebook page here, so that you can find, or on the YouTube channel you can find as well. Doing those kind of things, and just actually checking in overall, how overall do you feel? Like this morning I felt pretty good. But I had about an hour before my first appointment, so I thought, and after I dropped my daughter off, I want to be outside. And so, maybe I'll do some work outside. And I know not all of us can do that, but maybe at least thinking about, well, how can I get some of that? So does that mean, going outside or being at your window to eat your snack at your office? Or does that mean, as silly as it sounds, like bringing a plant into your office and having on your desk to have a visual, like kind of grounding in of like, this helps me feel more grounded. This helps me feel more settled, more awake, more alive, more whatever, closer to how I want to feel. Okay, so check in with what is. Can I be with this? How can I give myself what I need if I need support? And doing that too. So along with preparing yourself not to feel like you're chasing your hunger all day, or you get to the end of the day when you're deprivation driven eating, start with, like the name of this video is, how do I start my day? Start with checking in with yourself. How are you doing? And that will bring you so much information, and you won't be so surprised as to like the next events that happen. So hopefully this was helpful. Leave me some comments, other suggestions, other things you want to be talking about. I'm going to be checking in more with people here. So I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye.